Yeah, I've covered a few of these. I covered a few paintings before. Nothing as spectacular as this, but someone put a comment. Flat Ira put a comment in and mentioned a painting in the Vatican, which I'm sure I have seen before at one stage, but see so many, and I've seen so many beautiful art pieces. But check this one out. Symbolic role, Christ, right? There's so much in this. Christ is the ultimate judge, commanding the resurrection and separating the saved from the damned. He raised his hand in symbolic or divine authority and irreversible judgment. Michelangelo presents Christ not as a serene, bearded king, but as a youthful, powerful God, more Apollo than traditional Christ. This echoes Renaissance humanism, blending classical idealism with Christian themes. Mary's position is like she's facing away, and she's no longer the intercessor. This suggests that the time for mercy has passed. Now it's time for justice. The saints around Christ represent the triumphant church, those who have reached eternal glory. And you can see, like, I could tell that as well. They have a. These ones here seem to be a little bit more relaxed in compared to most faces in the image. Um, their wounds and attributes: Saint Catherine's wheel or Bartholomew's skin. There's another interesting part. I think that's Michelangelo did a self-portrait of himself, and then his skin, shedding his old ways. Those rising, so you see these ones here rising, and they're being assisted by angels. Whereas on the complete opposite side, so here's the left writing. These ones are being dragged down. The detail on this, you'll notice that, like in my other videos that I did, like I only did 2 or 3, and when you zoom in, like the playlist, I have a playlist of the map. Do you remember that one? It's like 4 videos in it, but I had to like read off a different source to zoom in because it just didn't zoom in this good. It's incredible. There's the old one eye symbolism. So those ones are getting dragged down, right? So you zoom in again. These ones, this one here, look at this. That's the Minos, the classical influence. Michelangelo incorporates Dante's Inferno, showing Charon and Minos as gatekeepers of hell. That's incredible. I was first taken to this guy. Away, look, first thing made me think of Statue of Liberty. That's an old demon coming up out of hell. This guy with this snake, like it's on his genitals. It's incredible. In awe, just like looking back through it. I've looked through it a few times, but I'm still in awe. Let me describe more. This section here with the cross, nails, column, ladder, and the crown of thorns. They're not just props. They remind viewers that Christ's suffering is the means of salvation. It ties the beginning, Christ's crucifixion, to the end, the final judgment, reinforcing the cynical redemption arc of the Christian belief. And I picked up on this section here. See these guys? That's the most haunting part of the whole image, apparently, is the expression on these two, where you know they're damned. But look at the way, I found it interesting the way they have their hands. See the way they have their hands over their ears, like as if not willing to listen type of thing. You You can see it on the expression on their faces. He's like tensed up, frustrated, while falling. It says a few more things about it. Hang on, you see here. Warning: time is short, so repent before it's too late. Grace is real. The righteous will rise. It reflects the Counter-Reformation concerns, urging moral reform, spiritual awakening, and renowned piety. Let's see how that's about here. Hang on. Michelangelo wrote spiritual poetry around the same time he painted The Last Judgment. Much of it was introspective, guilt-ridden, and the concerns with death and salvation. One poem goes, "My life course is finally running out. My fragile boat, with a full sail of sins, is at last nearing the common port." But yeah, just that. See this. One comment sparked this little discussion on this photo, but yeah, look at the feet. Big feet at the top. It's incredible. Really do appreciate good art, and I'm sure I've said it before. When I look at this sort of imagery, you do spend an hour looking at it, go away, come back the next day, and see something like. See the way they have Christ here. Well, this is in front of the painting, and these candles are in front of the painting. Look at this figure behind here, trapped. This made me think of Balrog. If you don't know what Balrog is, go look up Lord of the Rings again. And when Gandalf says, "You shall not pass," it's a Balrog that he's facing. That's what that reminded me of. You kind of have him behind Christ, or another image of Christ that we've been shown. There he is, there, Christ the Redeemer. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. You can pause it, and if you like me doing these little voiceovers on artwork, I don't mind doing them. So name some really good ones.